Okay, so let's get right into it. Have you ever had that feeling where you're putting out what you know is amazing, super polished content, but the connection, the real engagement with your audience just isn't there? It feels like you're shouting into the wind. Well, today we're going to tear that problem down and build a whole new strategy for making real, powerful connections. And it all starts with one core idea.
This right here, this sentence is pretty much the foundation for everything we're about to talk about. See, visibility isn't just about being seen by a ton of people. It's about being felt by the right ones. And for them to feel it, it has to feel human.
And there it is. That's the big paradox, isn't it? It's what so many successful founders and creators run into. You level up, your production value is through the roof, your graphics are slick, your message is on point, but all of a sudden it feels like nobody's listening. How did professionals suddenly start to feel so impersonal?
Yeah, this thing has a name. It's called the Polished Plateau. It's that point you hit where your content becomes so perfect, so refined, that it actually loses its soul. It loses all those little imperfections, the raw edges that people can actually grab onto and connect with. You end up hitting a ceiling, not because your content is bad, but because it's become almost too good to feel real anymore.
And there's a hidden cost that comes with hitting this plateau. We call it the broadcast tax. Now, this isn't something you're going to see on a spreadsheet, but trust me, you feel it. You feel it every single day in your engagement numbers and in the vibe of your audience relationships. And let's be super clear. The broadcast tax is paid with the most valuable currencies your business has: attention and trust. When you're just performing for your audience, just broadcasting a message out there, you're essentially taxing the very connection you need to actually grow. It's a massive, invisible drain on your business.
So really, it breaks down into these two paths you can take. Over here, you've got broadcasting. That's a one-way street. It's a performance. You're talking at people. You post, you share, you move on to the next thing. But on the other side, you have conversation. This is about being present, talking with people, and making them feel like they're actually part of it, like they're included. This is the shift we have to make.
All right, so how do we actually do that? How do we make that shift from performance to presence? It's actually a lot simpler than you'd think. Let's just look at a quick story of a creator who was completely stuck on that polished plateau and figured out a way off. And this isn't some huge, complex strategy change. It's just a small, really smart pivot.
So this is the classic situation, right? She was doing everything by the book. Her content looked incredible. But the more perfect it got, the quieter her comments section became. It's because she was broadcasting, and her audience was just starting to tune her out. And then, boom, the aha moment. She took a step back and realized her best performing stuff wasn't this slick, highly produced content at all. No, it was the simple human moments, a quick thought she shared, or even better, a direct response to a question someone had actually asked her. That's where all the magic was hiding.
So what did she do? What was the big pivot? She didn't launch a new brand or anything crazy. She just changed her behavior. So instead of replying to a great comment in a private message, she replied right there, publicly. She started tagging people in her posts. She would take questions from her audience and turn those into content. So simple, right? But it was unbelievably powerful. Okay, so now we're going to take those simple, everyday actions and turn them into a real strategy. We'll call it the human verification protocol. And this isn't just about, community management. This is a core business strategy to make sure that the thing you're building is something people actually want and need. Because this is the real goal, right here. Every founder starts with an idea, an offer skeleton. But the big question is, does it solve a real, nagging, wake you up at 3 a.m. kind of problem for your audience? The only way to find out for sure is to stop broadcasting and start listening. You have to verify every single bone of that offer through actual human conversation. And putting this protocol into action is so simple. It's about taking one little interaction and making it visible for everyone to see. It's about replying publicly. It's about acknowledging someone by name. It's about showing your audience, one person at a time, hey, I see you, I hear you. These tiny little acts build this massive foundation of trust over time. So why does all this matter so much? Because these small acts of connection are the only way to build what we call high-ticket resonance. This is that deep level of trust that you need, that you must have for someone to invest in your most valuable high-ticket offers. Seriously, forget about shouting louder. Forget more ads, more posts, more noise. The absolute quickest way to get and keep someone's attention in this crazy, crowded world is to build a genuine connection with them.
It's simple. When people feel connected to you, they choose to pay attention.
And let's be crystal clear on this point. You absolutely cannot build a business on high value offers if your entire strategy is just a one-way broadcast. That foundation is just too weak. It's like building a skyscraper on sand. It's gonna crumble. Real resonance, the kind that sells high ticket items, requires presence. It requires real two-way conversation, period.
You know, when you really get down to it, using this protocol isn't just about changing your tactics, it's about changing your entire professional identity. It's a fundamental shift in how you see your role, both in your business and in your community. I mean, just look at the difference here. A content producer is focused on the what to post, what polished asset to create, what message to broadcast. But an authority in conversation, they focus on the who. Who are they posting for? They're not just creating content, they're creating human connection. They're not broadcasting, they are facilitating a dialogue. Now, which one of those people do you think builds more trust and ultimately makes more sales?
So this is where you can start. If you're ready to make this shift in your own identity, if you're tired of paying that broadcast tax and you're ready to start building real authority, this is your next step. It's time to learn how to turn those tiny, everyday interactions into your most powerful tool for visibility.
So, I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. Take a good hard look at your content, at your strategy, and ask yourself honestly, are you just building a platform to stand on so you can broadcast a message? Or are you actually building a genuine human connection with the people you say you want to serve? Because your answer to that question will define your entire future.